The rich and the young are moving to Texas, and I'm going to tell you why and where. Are you ready? Texas is coming in as number 2, attracting the young and the rich. Let's do a little multiple choice. Which state comes in number 1 for attracting these households? Would it be California, Florida, or Colorado? Texas was only second to Florida, coming in as attracting the rich and the young. And you may be wondering to yourself, hey Tracy, how are you defining young and rich? So this is where I've gathered the information. This data was collected from the latest IRS information, which comes from 2021-22 tax years. Rich households are those with the adjusted gross incomes of $200,000 or more between the ages of 26 and 35. But in the state of Texas, the young and rich actually earn an income of over $405,000. So that's well over that $200,000 threshold to describe what's rich. And yes, between 26 and 35. So these young people are making money moves and they are moving to Texas. Why? Well, mainly because Texas doesn't have a state income tax. And when you have a lot of wealth, well, you like to protect your wealth. So that is drawing these younger people. And in fact, research shows it's drawing many people who may not be rich or may not be in the 25 to 36 age group. Before we begin looking at the 4 places that people are moving to, let's take a pause for station identification. Hi, I'm Tracy Sorrell with the DFW Life, and normally I hop in the car and I drive around and I give you the bird's eye view of what it is to live in our different cities, communities, and suburbs. But today I'm doing things a little differently. I want to talk to you about this new trend where the rich and young are moving to Texas. And let's face it, everyone is moving to Texas. This video, I want to kind of spotlight and highlight the 4 areas that people are flocking to. Hey, if this is your first time to this channel and you like the immersive experience, the VIP treatment, bird's eye view of how we really move around in the metroplex, then you're going to want to subscribe below, press the bell, and be notified anytime anything goes down around our DFW metroplex. Oh, and don't forget, give us a thumbs up. Now back to the video. Let's talk about the 4 cities that people are flocking to once they've decided to make Texas home. Well, if you're young and rich, you want to have some fun. So these places will offer quite a bit of entertainment, nightlife, a great quality of life, business opportunities, and culture. These 4 hot places in Texas would be either San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, or Austin. Now, just as a disclosure, this is not going to be a docuseries on the History Channel. So I am not going to tell you everything there is to know, do, and explore in these 4 cities. And frankly, you would rather I didn't do that. But I'm going to hit on the hot spots and I'm going to give you a little snapshot so you can get an overview of what is attracting people to these areas. Well, let's begin with the city of Austin, which is our state's capital. And if you know anything about Austin, Texas, then you know their motto is keep Austin weird. And there are about 985,000 people who are doing just that. Austin seems to attract the free-spirited, but they also attract the intellectual. Austin is home to some of our heavy hitters in technology. Apple, Dell, IBM, Oracle, Tesla, just to name a few. Not only is Austin known for keeping Austin weird, they're also pretty batty. And every evening at dusk, you'll see hundreds of people gathering around to watch thousands of bats converge from underneath Congress Bridge, and where these bats fly off to, who knows? Even if you don't choose Austin as your home, you definitely want to put that on your things to do while you're living here in Texas. Okay, so the other things about Austin. Austin is known for so many great music festivals throughout the year, and there's so many beautiful, beautiful lakes in and around the city of Austin. And if you like to go tubing, well, the water is so clear, you can actually see the pebble and stone beneath you. There's Mount Bunnell. So Mount Bunnell is really nice to just climb up. Okay, you're not going to climb. You get to drive up most of Mount Bunnell, but there's a point where you do have to get out and walk to the very top of Mount Bunnell. And that's when you have some of the most beautiful, breathtaking views, panoramic views of part of Austin. Oh, and it's a good place to take your date. The greatest monument in the city of Austin, and I would say the entire state of Texas, would be the University of Texas, where I actually went to school. Hook 'em horns. Now, Austin doesn't have any professional basketball or professional football team. Well, they actually do. So if you're in Austin, you can enjoy watching a game of Austin's FC soccer. Just so you know that Austin may be one of our most liberal of our big four cities. About 1.5 hours south of Austin is the beautiful city of San Antonio. San Antonio is where you will be able to see, enjoy, and admire a beautiful blend of Spanish and Mexican culture and heritage, along with Texas history. After all, Texas was once part of Mexico. About 1.5 million people call San Antonio home, and this is what they enjoy. There's the historic Alamo, beautiful river walk where you can just ride up and down the river walk. People eat, they dine, they shop. If you like basketball, then get your season tickets to watch the San Antonio Spurs. One of the most significant landmarks in San Antonio, I believe, is the Missions. San Antonio Missions National Historic Park embodies nearly 300 years of rich history and culture. There are 4 separate missions on site. There's a colonial ranch as well as irrigation features like an aqueduct. There's so much to explore, to learn, and tour for everyone when you go to the San Antonio Missions. And food, well, if you're a foodie, get ready to adjust your waistband. There's so much delicious cuisine to enjoy in San Antonio. And as far as corporations, San Antonio is home to H-E-B Groceries, a number of healthcare facilities, Joint Military Base, just to name a few. Traveling about 4 hours west of San Antonio is our biggest city in the state, Houston. Houston and Dallas are cultural rivals. Both believe they are superior to the others, offering diversity, culture, and lots of wealth. So it's very, very rare that you will hear Houstonian singing praises to the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex and vice versa. Here is what the Houstonians enjoy about their home. Oh, and I will say, being from Dallas, I would try to maintain total objectivity to present you this information. Let's see how well I do. Houston is home to NASA. Houston is only a short drive to Galveston Island in the Gulf of Mexico. Being close to the Gulf creates a lot of humidity, and that's going to take some getting used to. Being close to the Gulf also creates opportunities for occasional hurricanes. And if you're a foodie, well, you're in great shape living in Houston, because Houston, like Dallas, attracts worldwide, international people with their cultures and with their cuisine. You're going to find some of the best dining in Houston, and the Houstonians will argue and say that they trump Dallas when it comes to culture and fine dining, but I'm here to tell you that's just their opinion. And as far as professional sport teams, if you like football, Houston has the Texans. How about a little baseball? Astros are ready to hit the ball out of the park, and you can't dunk like the NBA's Rockets. And if you're into rugby, there is even SaberCats there in Houston, professional rugby team. Houston has a huge presence in the industries of oil and gas, aerospace, engineering, and healthcare, including MD Anderson. And for the moment you've all been waiting for, about 3.5 miles north of Houston, drum roll please, is the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex. And the people of DFW have a lot to celebrate, some of which is the Dallas Cowboys, Texas Rangers, Dallas Mavericks, WNBA Wings. If you like hockey, well, you're going to enjoy watching the Dallas Stars. And if you're a professional soccer enthusiast, we'll enjoy watching a great match from our FC Dallas. DFW Metroplex, similar to Houston, has a very international global appeal, and we attract people from all over, which we get to enjoy so much culture, so much history. DFW offers so many great educational opportunities and some of the finest dining known to man. Of course, if you're from Houston, you will argue that point. But unlike Houston, Dallas does not experience the same level of humidity that you would get being so close to the Gulf. We don't have the Gulf here, but we have some pretty nice lakes for you to enjoy. And the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex is a short drive to the state of Oklahoma. And Oklahoma is where you're going to really enjoy the infusion of our Native American history. Great nature you can enjoy there in Oklahoma, and there are quite a number of casinos that you can enjoy there too. And as far as industry, many people in our DFW Metroplex are employed by American Airlines, Southwest Airlines, a number of major global financial institutions, engineering companies, healthcare corporations, tech giants. I think you get the idea. DFW Metroplex, all right, as well as Houston, you'll find a number of celebrities, uber wealthy entrepreneurs, and people who are just trying to make a significant mark in life. So now that you're really leaning toward our Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, let me just share with you a little bit of the difference between the two. It's almost like there is a divider. Either you're the Dallas or the Fort Worth. And it's almost like we ignore the other cities. You know, there is Arlington, and Arlington is our big hub for a lot of entertainment. But for the most part, when you think about moving to DFW, you're thinking about Dallas or Fort Worth. So Dallas is much more, well, it's considered more cosmopolitan than perhaps Fort Worth. A lot of culture there, a lot of historic areas and neighborhoods, a number of historical sites downtown Dallas. So there are a great number of things that you are going to enjoy. However, be prepared to lace up your tennis shoes, drink you a nice energy drink, and be ready for a very fast pace, because Dallas is a large city with many, many people in that space. Well, the Fort Worth side has a little bit more calm and a slower pace. In Fort Worth, you're going to absolutely enjoy a plethora of sophistication, just like Dallas. But Fort Worth is where we explore and enjoy and celebrate some of our Western culture. But do not get confused with everyone rides a horse or wears a cowboy hat. Many people do, but you're in Texas. But in Fort Worth, around the stockyards, you will see real life cowboys on real life horses driving real life cattle down the streets. And that's a sight to see. Fort Worth also celebrates the nationally acclaimed zoo. And you can grab a ticket to be in the studio audience of one of the Dr. Phil tapings. Now here's the important thing. You want to be in the studio audience. You don't want to be a guest in his show. Whether life takes you to Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, or Austin, you will be infused with so much culture, diversity, so much education, so many things to do in and around these cities. And if you're one of the young and rich, you might decide to live in one of our swanky townhomes or condominiums that overlook the downtown, and you can have stunning views of the skyline. Or like many people, you may decide to move to one of the suburbs of these cities, because typically you get a lot more bang for the buck once you go into those suburbs, and you could just drive to the big city to have big fun. Hi, I'm Tracy Sorrell with the DFW Life, and I help people just like you relocate in and around our Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So whether you're young and rich or not, comment below, grab one of those one-on-one consultation links so we can do a Zoom call to see which one of these cities would be the best place for you. And I can't imagine you not having our Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex as your top choice. But if for whatever reason you are leaning more toward Houston, San Antonio, or Austin, it's okay. I have fantastic realtors who I can connect you with in those areas. Let's get together. I look forward to helping you decide which area will be the best place for you to create your new memories and call home.